Hello and welcome to all the parties. My name's Si. That bad man is Kev, and this is the review of the game at the weekend at Villa Park, in which it was not what we're used to, in which things went not how we expected.
God, he scored so many goals.
All right.
All right.
No.
What are you doing?
No.
Still depressed.
You're a bad man.
Am I a bad man?
Right. So we came on here last week. I was talking about how I went on a sesh with my cousin. Shouldn't have done it. Too old. And then me and you got to the pub to watch a match. 12:30 kick off remain. Remember, so starting early. Well, why didn't I leave your flat until 3 a.m?
I had to drown with sorrow, Si. It was we're giving each other a bit of therapy after the goings on of that 90 minutes, which I'm sure we're going to dissect and get into.
Not in much detail.
I think we've got to have a chat about it. It's great when we're coming here and win, but equally as important, I suppose, when we lose. But yeah, I'm actually still recovering myself because I'm not used to drinking that much.
Yeah, I'm ill. Absolutely ill. It's day 2 now. This is going to be all week now. I quit. I'm going to put it on the channel now. I quit sessioning.
Right, you are. Get that clip.
Sessioning. I've quit it. Can't do it anymore. Makes us feel ill. Makes the depression even worse. Can't do it.
Okay.
Do it. Okay.
Should we get on to the football stuff?
Yeah, you ready?
No, I'm definitely not ready.
Are you ready?
Okay, let's go.
Get off. I can't even watch that. I'm even in the mood.
Yeah, where do you want to start?
Good start of the day, wasn't it? Going to walk in the pub and that. Good atmosphere.
I was on a high, actually.
Because you just had your haircut.
Just had my hair cut.
You're all happy with yourself.
I was. The weather was nice.
It was.
And then that's when it went a bit tits up, didn't it?
Well, we'll start with the team sheet then. Gordon in. Longstaff out.
Mm-hmm.
Maxi, obviously, we knew he wasn't going to be featuring. So yeah, that was they were the changes, weren't they?
And if I'm being honest, when I saw that, I wasn't like too disappointed. I thought to myself, oh well, I'm excited to see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, where do we start? Because I've seen a lot of things on social media since the defeat.
I've seen loads of knackers on social media.
I think that's what I mean. A lot of knackers and people like hitting the panic button in going in, and I know some were just there to try and get bites. Some of them were obvious.
No, I've genuinely seen people saying that Emery would have been better for than like genuine people who I've seen on Twitter before posting sensible stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, man. We've 4 defeats in the league all year, the same as Man City. Get a grip. The biggest defeat was 3-0 away at an informed Villa team. All right, it happens.
And I guess that's the disclaimer I want to put out there. Obviously, we're going to dissect the match, but in no way have I pressed any panic button. And am I worried? Absolutely not. No. But some of the stuff I've seen on social media is pretty laughable. But like you said a few weeks ago, certain people get a voice on social media who...
Everyone gets a voice, don't they? Even people who just shouldn't be listened to. Like it was the olden days, and like they say in the middle of the town crier, they would have been putting stocks and hit with old fucking manky fruit, and then they would have learned to shush. But yeah, exactly. everyone gets a voice now.
And then before we dissect it as well, I think you've got to put your hands up and say, "Well done, Villa," because they did play very, very, very well.
They did.
As much as we didn't really turn up or get started at all, the Villa from the off were on it. They looked. It was like watching. I hate to say it was like watching us at home. The way we start matches, and they looked really up for it. I suppose so we get straight into it.
30 seconds in, Ollie Watkins, had it been arse hair finer, he would have made it 1-0 after the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, a warning signal was there straight away. Botman really struggled with the pace of Watkins, I think. Now, again, disclaimers out there. There's not a lot of positive things to say in this match about the team, but I feel like we do have to sort of dissect it and mention where it did go wrong. But I want to caveat that with the fact that we'll pull it round and this will be a one-off game.
Oh, yeah.
But Botman had a poor
Stinker.
game. He had a poor game, and it started pretty much straight away when Ollie Watkins broke away for that particular one. Never really looked like catching him up, and my heart was in my mouth a little bit. I thought he's going to take him down here. Thankfully, he didn't. But yeah, he was an arsehole's width away from making it 1-0 straight away. And that was how the match was going to continue, really.
And that's how it did continue until the breakthrough, which was quite early. Ollie Watkins said it was who was it who scored it? Ramsey.
Ramsey, did he get the first one?
Jacob Ramsey. Is it Jacob Ramsey? Is that his name?
Yeah, I've tried to wait without me mind so much. I've slotted it in.
Yeah, he got the first one. Watkins with the assist. And yeah, I was saying at the pub. Well, this is the one thing I'm not normally as like a pundit or like critical, especially when I'm at the match because I can't see what's going on. When I watch it live, I've got a better idea, and I would say straight away that first half, we missed Sean Longstaff so much, helping out the defense and doing what he is an unsung hero for, and it was reminiscent of Brentford. And at that point, I was still hopeful we could pull it around. But obviously, we'll move on to the second half in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, that first goal, when I've watched it back, Murphy's standing on the edge of the area watching it all happen, letting Ramsey just completely be unmarked. To be fair, the rest of the defence were trying to pull themselves into position to see off the danger. And like you rightfully said, that was probably one of the occasions where we needed with midfielders. I mean, Bruno was in the box trying to help out, but when I did watch it back, it has to be said, Murphy was standing watching it all unfold, and
he was. And remarkably, he was my pick of the first half, Jacob Murphy. Even till he got taken off in the second half, I think he was our best player, which is saying a lot.
Well, people are really going in on Anthony Gordon, and I don't think he had the worst of that first half. He didn't lose the ball as majority of the rest of the team did. He didn't put any stray passes in. He wasn't in the game as much as he probably should have been, but that's because we were defending pretty much majority of the half, and we couldn't get out of our own half. But I think Ian Fairley came in for criticism. Wasn't great. I'm not saying he had a great game.
No, he's shot.
I don't think anybody had a great game.
No one did.
But I think him and Isaac are probably the two players that can sort of come away and say, well, we did have a couple of moments. We didn't really.
Isaac, Murphy, and Pope are the three players that could still be like, I'm not gonna say hold their head up with respect in the dressing room, but they play okay. And that's say really.
And I mean, like you said before, that the rest of the first half, the story of the first half was the story of the first half against
Brentford,
and
we got into it for 10 minutes.
And if we're being honest, and I said at the time, I said the 5-1 scoreline against West Ham didn't really tell the story because they had a massive spell. It was similar to that one as well. And I think I picked out the battle between McGinn and Byrne on the preview. And McGinn won that battle. He won that battle between himself and Byrne. And I said cutting in on the right-hand side, cutting inside rather than putting crosses in. Byrne wasn't anywhere near him all game.
No, well, again on the preview, I said to watch Watkins not just for tapping goals, but for his all-around attacking prowess and what he's managed to build, and the fact that he's on fire, and the fact that he's more than just a tapping striker now. Emery's got him playing as an amazing forward. He's banging for him. So yeah, second half, no instant changes, which I thought was a bit strange because we looked shoddy, but no instant changes. And then it pretty much continued the way the first half had. We did get back into it again a little bit. Murphy maybe should have played one through to Isak, who was in. Isak had a shot. It was always going to get saved, but it was a statement. At least he'd done something. And then Ollie Watkins makes it 2-0. Although the thought, checked it, was offside. Just I hate them offsides.
By pubic hair.
If that was my team as well, I hate them. Hate them offsides. So
Offside by pubic hair, yeah.
That was the only time the Gunner pub in North Shields was cheering. It was at the VAR give us something to get off our seats and cheer about. And then I think it was a few minutes later, he scored again. And this time, it did count.
Yeah. And was it after that goal or was it before that goal where they'd had some really good chances as well, where they hit the crossbar? There was a good save by Pope. Was that the first half? All molds into one because it just felt like it was relentless attack after attack after attack. And yeah, again, it looked pretty easy, the goal, didn't it? For how great the defense has been all the way throughout the season. And so, and I want to start with that. It wasn't their finest moment on Saturday. They didn't really communicate with each other very well. Trippier as well, much as it pains us to say. A lot of giving the ball away, a lot of stray passes. Not really putting the crosses in when he should have been when we did get forward. Found himself hesitating a little bit. And there was a lot of hesitancy throughout the team. Bruno Guimaraes, unfortunately, was really hesitant on the ball a lot of times and not really getting much help from the players around him in terms to spray balls out into wide areas or seeing many runs because, I mean, and again, go back to Aston Villa, to be fair to them, they really, really won that midfield battle.
Yeah, they did.
Didn't give away an inch, didn't give away a second, but we didn't cover ourselves in glory neither.
We're doing it,
could have been a lot better.
We're doing some people might have seen it, we did an instant reaction, but I got told I had to take it down because I was too drunk and I was saying naughty words all the time. So I had to take it down. I thought it was funny. But I took it down. Anyway, we did say that the midfield battle was won by them. Overall better team. So then anyway, Eddie Howe brings on Wilson. He eventually realizes Burn is not having a blinder by any means. Brings Matty Targan on. Again, McGinn had him as well. Wilson had like one slight, you wouldn't even call it a chat. I think it was maybe the softest shot on target. But then we do again, we had a few minute spells where Isak and who was it? I can't remember who played him in. Looked something tasty, but fizzled out. Nothing came of it. But we thought maybe if we get one back now, the game's back on. And then I think it was deep into the game, like was it 80 something minute? I can't remember. I haven't read about it afterwards. Watkins scores yet again, and that is the game dead and buried around the 80 something minute.
Yeah, and do you know what it is? To be fair, they were good for the 3-0. Could have been more.
Could have been a lot more. Yeah,
could have been more. And if it wasn't for a few saves, the getting a rub of the green in terms of hitting the crossbar. And yeah, it was, again, it's the last compliment they're getting from us because it's annoying us now. Because I noticed on some of the fan pages, the old sob on the time came out again, and it's sad. Stuff like that doesn't affect her. What affects her is when the team play crap. But well done to you. You've won. You deserve to win.
Oh yeah.
But I want to go back to saying now that we're getting that out the way. I do want to go on to something positive, and I want to sort of talk about the positive, which is I feel like that's out the way now.
Yeah,
I feel like it's been coming. When you look at the Brentford game, and I know we won 5-1 against West Ham, but there was times in there where we were holding on a little bit, and it could have went the other way. I feel like that result's possibly been in the post for a little bit. It's came. I'm fully convinced that Eddie Howe will get them on the training ground and he'll run through exactly what went wrong, how to avoid it going wrong.
The word again.
And he'll have the intensity back. He'll have the intensity back. He'll be getting them riled up for St. James's Park at the weekend. And I think we are going to turn it around.
We will definitely turn it around. Quickly, while we're of positive news, congrats to the NUFC women's team who won 6-1 at St. James's Park.
6-1. Aye. They've got 2 games left now.
3. They had 4 games where they had to win all 4. I think to get promoted. I don't honestly don't follow follow it that closely.
I think they've got to win every game, but I think they also need quite a swinging goal difference, possibly with Durham Sestria. So I'm not sure if it's entirely in their hands, to be honest. But yeah, sure, congratulations to them. Well done.
Good to get a win, especially a 6-1 thumping of another team. So yeah.
Anyway, the North East well.
Aye. Yeah, I do think to the fact that we'd won 5 on the bounce. Do you know what I mean? And then it's a blip. That's what it is. It's a blip. I've said this before. Teams like City, and even that City Liverpool year, both of them got like poundings, 6 and 7s. I think was one of them was by Villa, wasn't it? So Liverpool they beat 6, and then someone beat Man City 7. So these things happen. It was our biggest defeat of the season, losing by a 3-goal deficit. It was away from home. Only our 4th defeat of the entire campaign. Champions League is still in our hands. And I think, I don't think it'll happen again like that. I don't think that will happen again. I think Longstaff will play the remainder of the games. I do think he was missed a lot. As for Gordon, I thought I wouldn't give Gordon the benefit of the doubt, but it was never a transfer move that I was a fan of. Like, but
I know you weren't, but like I say, honestly speaking, I didn't think that time that he played, I don't think he had a great game by any means, but I don't recall him giving the ball away. I did see a few tackles going in from him. Huffed and puffed a little bit, I must say, to no real effect. But you can say that about every single player on the pitch, to be honest. But yeah, I think now that's a little bit of a reality check to say, look, we are not undefeatable. We're not by any means home and dry in terms of the top 4. Maybe it's the kick up the arse that they might need just to put them into the next gear.
I think so.
Running the games that we've got left.
I think so. For the last handful of games that we've got left, I think that is what we needed. And luckily, we're going to, after 3 away on the bounce, we're going to get back to St James's on Sunday against Tottenham, who, thank you, Brighton, not Brighton, I will say Brighton, Bournemouth, for doing a favour in injury time. That was lovely. It's lovely to watch back.
It was the one thing that cheered us up on the day.
I watched that at your house, didn't we? The end of that.
Yeah. What a shame. I mean, it brings Villa into the conversation now for top 4. Where the hell they came from?
I don't think top 4.
I don't think they'll get it neither.
Looking at Brighton and the games in hand, Brighton for me are more of a threat.
I mean, they're in the conversation. You know, if Tottenham's in the conversation, they're in the conversation. If Brighton's in the conversation, they're in the conversation. I still think us and Man United are in the driving seat in terms of that. But it's a big 6-pointer at the weekend, and you know, I was about to say I want to make a plea to the fans. I don't have to make a plea for fans. I know there will be, but you know, don't get carried away with one defeat. I think we forgot what it was like to get thumped off a team. I mean, I know it was 3-0, but we were pretty much thumped off them. We were never in the game, and we forgot what that was like. But we don't need to hit the panic buttons at all.
No.
And a win against Spurs, or even a draw against Spurs, really.
I've got. I told you all along, out of all them fixtures, Villa was the one I feared the most. I have no doubt that we will turn over Spurs. We'll talk about that in the preview, but I mean, really turn over Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident that we'll get a reaction. We'll get a reaction after that, and you know, Eddie Howe is. He's the type of manager. He's gonna rewatch that game, and he'll
also rewatch Bournemouth v Spurs, and our defense had their worst game of the season by far. They had a nightmare, but Tottenham's team do it week after week. Their defense looks absolutely awful. Looks like
it's disgrace what they did to that defender, though. Did you see what they did?
What?
Brought him on, I think it was after 35 minutes, and subbed him back off after 53 minutes.
Yeah, they
didn't shine himself in glory for the goal. That's his confidence absolutely shot.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that. You know, I don't agree with that at all. You talk about killing the confidence of your players. Like, that doesn't just affect that player. That affects every player.
Morale
puts pressure. Yeah, puts pressure on them to think, oh God, if I make a mistake, I'm going to get subbed off. Yeah. And it's just such a shit bit of management to do that.
Well, that manager's not like a tried and tested manager. Is like, I don't even know his name.
I don't know his name. I know he likes to fight with that manager from. Is it the Brighton manager? Yeah, they don't get along with each other, do they? But I just thought to myself, what you doing? And the Tottenham fans booing him off because he made a mistake. God, you know what I mean? Like, talk about, shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, booing your own players off the pitch when you're in a in a top 4 run and trying to get in that top 4 and every game counts. What do you think that does? But yeah, keep doing it, Tottenham fans. Keep doing it.
Oh yeah,
because it plays right in our hands.
So we've got Tottenham at home next Sunday, and then I believe it's Tuesday or Wednesday we've got Everton away. So yeah, 2 crucial matches.
Yeah,
and then in the run up, all the other games, like we've got Arsenal at home, which is going to be massive. And then Chelsea away the last day of the season. I'm not worried about Chelsea under Frank Lampard, to be honest.
Well, I hope it's sorted one way or another before that, because it would just be our luck, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, I don't want it to go down to the final day. No, I don't.
We've got a habit of on the final day winning games when there's nothing riding on them. When there is something riding on them, sort of falling a little bit short.
Yeah,
I've got lots of memories. Actually, when we'd already been relegated, we beat Tottenham 5-1, didn't we? And we're already relegated. But yeah, we've lost on the final day to be relegated before. We've lost on the final day to not win the title. Yeah, so I hope one way or another it's all said and done by that stage, and that we're not hoping that we would beat Chelsea. But that's looking way down the line, I suppose, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, Spurs up next, and we'll do a review video later on this week. Be a bit more upbeat than I am now. It's not because of the defeat; it's because of you. It's because of you making us do naughty things. I'm too old.
Well, you need to stop drinking. I'm not drinking for the rest of the week. Like, I don't think I'm going to drink at the weekend either, because I'm also getting too old. But I've said it before and still done it, so we'll see.
Well, yeah, I think we'll leave it a short one there. Have you seen that the rapper that's going around who's a Premier League footballer?
Oh, him with the mask on.
It's apparently it's Nketiah.
Is it?
Apparently so.
Who said that?
Wicked League.
I haven't heard it yet. I saw something on Facebook about it. How do they know it's Nketiah?
Just from the things he said in his rhymes, and apparently people, obviously, you don't just rap like that in your bedroom to yourself. You've hung around with people and they know your flow. Do you know what I mean? You've rapped with your mates and all that, and you don't just be a professional rapper overnight. He's obviously something he's done. So yeah, it's pretty much been confirmed that it's Nketiah.
Oh well.
People was saying, fucking hell, Harry Maguire has got mint rap and all that stuff about that, which I do enjoy.
It's not Peter Beardsley then.
Yeah. Hey, Beardsley could rap, couldn't he? Did he not do a rap on one of these songs?
What?
The one when no, it was John Barnes, but did he not do? No, he didn't. He just
Peter Beardsley.
I'm sure he's done a rap somewhere.
I'm
sure he's done a rap somewhere.
Wasn't he on one of the Wu-Tang albums?
Because did he not? I'm sure I've seen him do a rap somewhere, or it might be the Mandela Effect, and it was just Gaza doing his sickly sausage rolls lines. But,
I've definitely not seen Peter Beardsley rap, but if it is true,
yeah, I'll find it.
I definitely want to see it, but I don't think it is. No, Peter Beardsley rapping.
Never too late.
Obviously.
Never too late to make a start. Pedro, you'd still dominate the grime scene. Call out people in the drill. Anyway, everyone, hope you liked the video. Do remember to hit like, hit subscribe, share it around, comment on what you thought about the Villa game. Villa fans, go on, comment away all you want, gloat all you want. It's absolutely fine. Don't mind. Just want the interaction, really. But yeah, me and Kevin will see you more upbeat next week. Next video, should I say, with the preview of the very important Spurs game. So until then, see you later.
Come on.